I'm gonna let the video upload right quick. All right, I'm gonna forego the pleasantries. You know who I am, and you know what we do. We discuss the economy, politics, everything important to the Black community. And this one tonight is for the culture. For the past couple weeks, everybody's been talking about Like That, a song put out by Future, Metro Boomin, and featuring Kendrick Lamar. And Kendrick Lamar put out bars on his verse. It was a surprise verse. He put out bars. He said, "F the big three, it's just big me." A shot to Kendrick, to Drake and J. Cole. He put them up on game. Said, "You gotta come on bars, guys." Okay. J. Cole came back with "I Might Delete Later," where he came back with bars himself, and he bludgeoned Kendrick. He said, your first jump was massive. The last one was tragic." So one of those projects he put out was mid, but they gassed it. And the title was "Made Delete Later," and he did delete. He did delete it later. Thank goodness for J. Cole, because he must have known Chris Brown was coming. Everybody was talking about that. Not anymore. Everybody was talking about Like That. Not anymore. Drake came back with push-ups over the weekend. He told Kendrick to drop down and give me 50. So you've been extorted. They're taking 50% of your publishing, taking 50% of your revenue. So how can you come at me, God? I'm bigger, and I'm bigger in your city than you are. I'm bigger in the city where you're from. And everybody was talking about it. Drake came back with bars. He came to everybody. He came to everybody. J. Cole, Kendrick, Future, Rick Ross, anybody else who wanted it. And everybody was talking about it. Not anymore. Everybody's waiting for Kendrick's response to Drake and J. Cole. Not anymore, because Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown, Travis Scott, and Sexy Red just put out a remix to FTCU, and it is massive. Everybody's talking about it. It went #1 on Spotify, #1 on iTunes shortly after it came out. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about Chris Brown's verse. He snapped. He snapped. He came back with that swag that we like, that boss talk we like, and he can back it up too. It's not fake swag. He can back it up too. He's not acting. He came back with bars. He put the game on notice. You gotta get your bar game up. This is from a singing dude telling Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake, get your bars up. He made a reference to The Godfather, a movie that's iconic, and probably sending kids back to look to the history book to look up The Godfather, maybe even look up the movie. He made a reference to cannoli, which I like, from my era, my generation. A movie that was iconic. It's still one of the greatest movies that ever came out. He made a reference to cannolis. So he gave the women something. He gave the men something. He gave people my generation something. So a little bit for everybody. And I understand that he's sending Kendrick back to the studio. That diss track to Push Ups is about to come out. He's sending Kendrick back to the studio. If Kendrick doesn't have bars on par with Chris Brown, he needs to rewrite every verse on whatever diss track he was coming out with. Otherwise, don't come out with it. Forget about it. Thank you for listening. Thank you.